Welcome to the Leading at the Next Level podcast with Dove Development Consulting. Today, we get to do something super special. We are live and we are doing a pre-launch event for the new book I'm about to release. It's published on February 20th, but we've got some pre-order stuff going soon. I'll tell you that just in a second, but I want to explain who we're with and why we're doing this shortly. Some of the things that I want to really dig into for everybody that's watching this event, whether you're with us live or you're joining later on or you're on the podcast, because we're doing some different stuff. We're streaming this to all of our social media channels for Dove Development Consulting today. We're streaming live. And then we're going to be able to use the audio recording of this for our podcast, our Leading at the Next Level podcast that will go live on January 20th at 6 a.m. So it's a couple different things. Now, I'm going to get it out of the way first. We're going to make an ask in this, and that ask is, if you're willing to consider it, to snag a 99-cent ebook copy from Amazon. The links are in the Facebook, the YouTube, and the LinkedIn chat or comments as it stands right now. It's just 99 cents. It's pre-order. That's not going to be in place forever. It's going to be at least through the 24th, maybe through the 31st. I'm not sure about that, but at least for another week. And what we're going to do for you, if you'll take a screenshot of what you of your purchase on Amazon, and you'll put it in one of the in one of the comment feeds from where you're seeing this live, or you'll share it to your social media and you'll tag either me or Dove Development Consulting so we can see it. We've got some special bonuses in place. If you do it as we share this live on the video feed on January 19th, if you do it by midnight on January 19th, we're going to give you 6 months complete access to our Leading at the Next Level complete program. Now over 150 hours of digital lessons, all approved for credit through the Society for Human Resource Management and the Human Resource Certification Institute. And 2 new live lessons each month. That's about a $300 value. And it also comes with a substantial, I think over 80% discount on the monthly access if you choose to continue after that first 180 days. If you're seeing this or you're accessing this after January 19th, no big deal. Between the 20th and the 24th, we're going to offer 3 months. That's about $150 value. And again, an over 80% discount on the continuing monthly access. So something huge for that 99-cent ebook support pre-order. That's the end of the call to action. I'll share it again later on as we go back through this, just to make sure you're clear on it with the photos and so on and so forth. Now, a quick premise of Leading with Clear Purpose. About a year and a half ago, I'd finished up writing What's Killing Your Profitability. We had a good run with that. It was a lot of fun. We're in the publishing process. It hadn't been released yet. And I thought, gosh, I need to start something new. What's it going to be? And I was really struggling. And I got a phone call from a lifelong friend who's really opened up. He was very transparent. He had always, from the time we were kids, he had worked like crazy. He was 12 years old, mowing yards and doing different stuff, not for spending money like me, clowning around and stuff. He was doing it to help feed his younger brothers and sisters. It was pretty amazing. And throughout our careers, we were very parallel growing up and went different directions soon after high school. I went into manufacturing. He's owned businesses all of his life. And he shares with me at that time, he says, hey, I've always been really good. I've always had success in this one business, but it's sucking the life out of me now. I no longer have fulfillment. He then talked about, hey, this other business that I've got, it's more physically demanding. It's after hours. I'm not making really any money to speak of, but it's given me everything I need. It's fulfilling. And that really was the starting premise of what of leading with a clear purpose and the importance of individually as leaders, why we need purpose. Now, with us on this call, I'm going to change the screen format. With us on this call, we've got some amazing friends. I'm going to go over to Philip Reed. Philip is the chief of police in Bridgewater, Virginia. Philip shares, he's in the very first part of the book. He shared all of the folks with us, Philip, Serena, Chris Walker, Terry Ward, and Jorge Velasco. All of them read early versions of the book and contributed, but Philip's is the very first one I listed. Quite frankly, it's because it was the first one I got back, but it was also pretty neat, near and dear, and Philip's a close friend too. So Philip, are you willing to share a little bit about what your purpose is and what you got from what you read?
Yeah, absolutely. I would add that this book it really is a great book on leading with a clear purpose. And that obviously that's the title, but, keeping that purpose forefront in your mind. I lead a police department, but also not only the officers, but leading the community in their public safety. So keeping that purpose forefront and having our mission geared towards that to really make sure, what, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it, and have that purpose, um, very just always there to keep the citizens and community safe. So it's an awesome book. Definitely grab the 99-cent copy. It is just has some great lessons, some great information in it to help you to lead with a clear purpose, and not only before leading the police world, leading in the military. I mean, that mission can be blurred at times, and so this book really helps focus on that, and no matter what role you're in. So I know it talks about a lot of different businesses and so forth, but even if you're in public service, this would be a great book for you.
Phil, thanks so much for being with us. We appreciate that very much. Chris
Yeah,
Walker,
absolutely.
you and I met in mid to late 2012, and you've become one of my very best friends in the world. Chris served in the Air Force. He worked with the Virginia Employment Commission through the Jobs for Veterans State Grant, and Chris is currently in a full-time ministerial role, and he's just an amazing person. Do you mind sharing a little bit now?
Oh yeah, happy to do it, Wes. And the one thing that all of us have in our life is a purpose, whether it's in our job or in our personal relations, or our duty to God. We all have a purpose, and we should be driven to do the best that we can in anything that we take on. I'm forgetting the exact phrase, but anything hard is worth doing, or something along those lines. And what I can say about your book is that you are forcefully reminding us that if we are going to pursue anything, we need to do it with passion, and we need to do it with integrity. And I think you really lay that out in this book. The other thing that I will tell anybody who is teetering on, well, should I buy this book? Yeah, you should. You should buy it, because if you know Wes Dove at all, you know that he is a man who has high energy, and he's going to throw out real facts and real information that you can use today to improve the situation that you're in and affect people in a positive way. So, Wes, kudos to another amazing job. And I expect that you're going to knock people's socks off with this book.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that very much. Serena, our friendship with you has grown over the last, gosh, I guess since 2016 when we first met. And congratulations on your PhD. You finished up your doctorate not long ago. You make us better. Thank you for being in our life. And Serena, in addition to all the stuff she does, she also works with the Jobs for Veterans State Grant here in Virginia, and has just become a dear friend. Would you be willing to share a little bit about your thoughts on purpose and maybe some stuff that you pulled from the book?
Absolutely, Wes. Can I say that reading this book and just going through the vignettes that you experienced really made this book different than a lot of others that I've read. You gave some true, honest, transparent life messages along with that purpose. That purpose matters. You talked so much about, and fulfilling that purpose not only with you but with your team, which is so important to be able to make sure that your team, you're charging on with your team, as we say in the military, with a purpose. And I've reread some of what you've sent me, and being intentional for your team members with that clear purpose, providing that sense of being able to march on with a purpose. What is your purpose? What is it that you really clearly want? As serving in the military as a United States Navy veteran, and then going into the JVSG field, and still with my team, and that purpose for us, for me myself, is to serve. So I would say to anyone who picks up this book, go through it, read it, and you will get so much out of it. And there's so much forthcoming of what you have said in that book. And I loved your honesty with that book and the transparency that you've brought to it. So good job, Wes. And always behind a good man is a good woman. So Cindy, you are awesome. Thank you.
Well, Serena, thank you for that. Yeah, the good news is I work hard to be transparent, and what you see is what you get. The bad news is I work hard to be transparent, and what you see is kind of what you get. And so anybody watching, if you're so inclined, maybe pray for Cindy, because she's got to deal with that all day, every day, and the live together, work together, be married together, all the stuff. But thank God for that. So Terry, going to come to you. I'll set this up. I met Terry Ward I knew who he was in May of 1998. I got to know him in January of 1999, and that friendship, what wasn't a friendship, I was kind of taken back by him at first, but he's become one of the most important people in my life. Terry, won't talk about it a lot, but he's a West Point graduate. He's a first Gulf War veteran, Bronze Star recipient, and more importantly than all that stuff, he's been one of the most significant mentors in my life, and I'm just blessed that you're in my life, Terry. Appreciate you very much. Thoughts on purpose and maybe some of the takeaways from the book itself?
I think I won't rehash some of the things that have been mentioned before, but for me, it was just a good, pragmatic, practical tool to take a look at me and what do I want to do? What am I doing? What is my purpose? And I think anybody would benefit from that. So, having gone to West Point, and Wes knows I've read hundreds of leadership books, but to take, this was, I think, 127 pages when I looked at it, Wes. But in that 127 pages, all of us are stressed for time. This is a very, very concise, straightforward, effective, useful tool that I would just strongly recommend. It'll be the best 99 cents you've ever spent. And the other thing with Wes, I've known him for a long time, is keep in mind that his purpose is to help other people. And, it's just been very rewarding to see the time he's invested and the fruits of that labor in these pages. And Wes, thanks a lot. It's really been a meaningful book for me as well.
Terry, appreciate you more than I can explain, sir. So, Jorge, I didn't think you were going to be able to make it, and I'm just over the moon that you're with us. So I want to give you a proper introduction. Jorge Velasco has become a friend of me and Cindy over the last, 3, 4, 5 years. We got to meet Jorge as we were doing some work for the organization he was part of. Jorge wrote the introduction for What's Killing Your Profitability. Since then, he's taken a new position. He is the CEO of a company called BR Printers, who we get to partner with on the Leadership Legacy Experience event that we're hosting on June 13th of 2025. They're a tremendous partner with us for that event. Jorge's going to be part of one of the panels, and I'm just thrilled about that. But just as importantly for today, Jorge wrote the foreword for this book. And Jorge, I'm going to be honest, I do this behind closed doors a good bit, but as I read what you shared, I was in tears. And thank you for being a part of our lives, but thank you for taking the time to be a part of what we put together in Leading with a Clear Purpose.
Well, thank you very much. And first of all, I am absolutely honored to be within this group. And I want to start by thanking all of you that are on this panel for your service. And as you all have served or are serving for our country or our communities, which is tremendous. And many of us have never had a chance to do that. And all we can do is to thank you for keeping us safe and for keeping our countries and our communities safe. Someone mentioned that you have to buy this book. And I'm going to tell you, if you're going to have a purpose for a snowy Sunday like the one we're having here in Northern Virginia, is to buy this book. And as the CEO of one of the largest printers of books in North America, when the book is released on print, buy it again. So then you have two copies, one for your iPad or for your Kindle, and then you have one where you can feel and touch a book. But going to the book, in the foreword, I mentioned the need to have a why. Why do I wake up every day in the morning? And why do I do what I do every day, either at work or on a personal basis? And many leaders that I have met in my 36-year career do not have that. And they do not communicate a clear purpose set for themselves, but also for their organizations. So I'm not going to read the foreword. You have to buy the book for that. But in that foreword, I mentioned clearly that every leader, every time, has to have a why. And that why has to be communicated. It has to be transmitted. You have to be passionate about it. And in the case of many of us that are in the world of books, in the world of publishing, the why is very, very simple. Is that we are part of a chain of command, if you will, or a chain of custody of the most precious amendment, in my opinion, that we have in this country, which is the First Amendment, the freedom of speech. So I will leave it as that. At that, please go buy the book, click, and support Wes and Cindy, who are doing a fantastic job here in North Virginia for our companies, and our society. Thank you, Wes, for inviting me.
Jorge, thanks for being a part of this with us. We appreciate it and look forward to seeing you in person very soon. So,
yes, sir.
Guys, I intentionally saved Cindy for last because she puts up with my nonsense all day, every day. And when I say all day, every day, I mean all day, every day. And she's been huge. While my name is on in writing it, she's lived it with me. I'll spill the beans a little bit. She's started writing a book of her own right now, but I'm not going to talk about that. I want to have Cindy talk a little bit about the importance of purpose and why we've been able to just grind through some nonsense to be able to make a difference.
You know, I want to start first with letting everyone know that I've been watching Wes help people find a clear purpose in what they do for years, for decades. It started at home with us, with his family, and then his friends and coworkers for the last 30 years or so, and with his coworkers as he gained leadership responsibility, and developed other leaders, that he would help them define their own clear purpose too. And he's just never stopped. My journey became similar as we became leaders ourselves, and he was helping me find a purpose, and I found the value in that, and we shared that with others too. And now we help entire organizations and their leaders find purpose in what they do every day, and how to align going back to the book, really, the book helps you do that, plus also to align your mission and vision and values with a dedicated purpose that really drives organizational success and guides leaders to helping their people find purpose as well. The book helps you go from purpose, find purpose beyond pay, and really drills down into a call to action and gives a practical approach for leading with clarity and purpose and fostering that culture in your organization where everyone really excels. So this book is an essential read really for anyone that's looking to lead with intention, to inspire their team and have a lasting impact, especially in today's fast-paced world. And it clearly shows, I think, in the foreword, I think, Philip, maybe you said this, that it clearly shows why those who lead with a clear purpose don't fail. So I'll leave it there and hand it back over to you, Wes.
Thank you for that, dear. Gosh, it's fun doing life with you. A whole lot of fun. I want to share. I'm going to recap the special offer, the call to action. Will you do the 99-cent favor? All that craziness in just a second. But before I do it, I want to share something really, really exciting. We officially started mentioning that the pre-order was available yesterday, Saturday, the 18th of January. And by the end of the day by the time we were done last night, I was able to snag some screenshots on Amazon. By that point in time, it had hit number one in two categories, number one bestseller in two categories, business office skills and communication and management. It had also hit number two bestseller in two other categories, management skills and business leadership training. In addition to that, just what went through yesterday in the 99-cent pre-order process, it also made a number one hot new release in 8 different categories. And it just blew our mind with that. Today, it's pretty exciting again. Now, whether you purchase it today, the 19th, the 20th, when it comes out on the podcast, or anytime after, we still want to honor that special offer. If you post it before midnight today, the 19th of January, on social media or tag us or something like that, I don't care how you do it. Post a screenshot of purchase the ebook. I'm going to send you a coupon code, be it through that channel or email directly, whichever I've got, for 180-day free access to our Leading at the Next Level program. It's digital. We do live stuff in that and so on and so forth. We never record the live Q&A, but we want to bless the people that carve out time to join us for those lessons. It's got, like I say, more than 150 hours of continuing education credit for the folks in the HR community. and just a gob of other resources. 6 months free. That's about a $300 value. If it's after today, the 19th, if it's the 20th through the 24th, I'm going to give you 3 months free. And either way, you'll have access to continue that at about over 80% off the regular price. I don't remember what the numbers are, but you'll be pinged and get notified on what that would be after. You can certainly discontinue. You don't have to pay for it, whatever. If the 3 or the 6 months is enough, God bless you. It's cool. But my last call to action is 99¢. The link for the Amazon ebook is in the whatever they're called, on the comment threads, in the discussion wherever this is being posted live, as well as in the podcast feed and so on and so forth. So ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being with us. Jorge, Chris, Terry, Philip, Serena, and most importantly, my darling wife, Cindy, thanks for being here with me today. And if you watch this and get value, click the 99¢ button and grab that. And we look forward to helping you really live into your own purpose and lead your teams and the individuals that are part of those teams with a clear purpose that makes a difference for everybody around. And gosh, we would love to see you with us here in June 13th, 2025 in Harrisonburg, Virginia, James Madison University's basketball arena, for the event that's really focused on leading with a clear purpose and how we can build a legacy out of that. With that said, we'll kill the recording. Guys with us, stick around just for a second and we'll go from there. Thanks again for joining us. God bless.